Good morning. This is Paula at the Giodone Library, and this is S.T.E.A.M Stories. Today, we're going to make fake snow and snowmen. But first, I'd like to read you a book called The Missing Mitten Mystery. It is written and illustrated by Stephen Kellogg. Oscar, I lost my other mitten. That makes 5 mittens this winter. I'm in big trouble. Let's search every place we played today. We'll start at the hill where we rode on Ralph's sled. Here's Ralph's boot, but there's no mitten. I'll look around the castles we built with Ralph and Herbie and Ruth. That was fun. Here's Ralph's other boot and Ruth's sock and Herbie's sweater, but no mitten. Oscar, you found it! Wow, a flying mitten. Oh, it's only a little bird. I wonder if he stole my mitten to make a snuggly nest. No, he's too small to carry off a mitten, but an eagle could do it. Maybe an eagle took my mitten to keep his baby's head warm. Do you think my mitten got tired of being a mitten? Maybe it just slipped off my hand and hopped away. There are no mitten tracks, but here are some mouse tracks heading toward the wood pile. Could that mouse be using my mitten for a sleeping bag? Or maybe he'll wear it next Halloween and be a mitten mummy. Let's go see if I dropped my mitten while we were making the snowman to surprise Miss Seltzer. I haven't seen your mitten, Annie, but why don't you look in the garden where you were making snow angels? Finding missing mittens is hard work. It would be easier just to grow a new one. Let's try planting the other mitten right here in the garden. Next spring, when the snow melts, a little mitten tree might sprout. Miss Seltzer and I would take good care of it all summer long. In the fall, we pick the ripe mittens. Look at that tree. Then I give mittens on Christmas and mittens on birthdays and mittens on Valentine's Day. Oscar, it's getting dark and it's starting to rain. We'll never find that mitten. Come inside, Annie. I've made some hot chocolate for us, and I've got a biscuit for Oscar. Look, the rain is melting the snowman. But what's that spot on his chest? Gracious, your snowman has a heart. There's a heart. My mitten was the heart of the snowman. That's where it was. That's a cute story. Okay, so now, like I said, we're going to make fake snow and snowman heads and a snow mitt. So what you need is a bowl and a spoon, and you need baking soda. And you can put glitter in. It's optional. We got this kind of, it's actually called sparkling crystal, so it sparkles to make the snow sparkle, and water. That's it. So I have a cup of baking soda. I'm putting it in the bowl. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glitter just to add a little sparkle to the snow. And then carefully pour water in. You just kind of have to eyeball it. So I poured some water in. I'm mixing. I think it might be a little too much. You want the baking soda to be wet, but you don't want it to be soaky because you want to be able to form the snowman balls. Oh, maybe it's good. So I'm just going to test it. Does it hold the shape? Oh, pretty good. So maybe I didn't put too much water in. So then, this is just going to be a snowman head. Form the shape of the snowman head. Okay, so now it just looks like a white ball. So what else you need is something to make a carrot nose, and I've used this, this not felt, but the spongy stuff, orange. But you could use felt, you could use construction paper, anything to make a nose. And then, of course, love googly eyes. So there's the snowman head. I'm going to put the eyes in. And they just kind of stick on. And the nose. There's his little head. Then you have to freeze it. So first, you also need plastic wrap. Just to wrap the snowman head in, keep its shape, and then put them in the freezer. You can make as many as you want. The other thing you could make too is a whole snowman. So I made one with just the same way you would go out and make a snowman. That's what you need. Freeze it for about 2 hours, so it's pretty solid. Then we have the fun part. For that, you need vinegar. So I have a little thing of vinegar. You need something to put your snowman heads on. A cookie sheet, another type of baking sheet. We had these plastic plates that are pretty deep. So they're pretty nice. That's good. And there's 3 of my frozen heads on. And then you also need like an eyedropper. I have a pipette. Pipettes are wonderful. You can use them for a lot of things, or even just a spoon. And then I'm going to get some vinegar. I should put this down so you could see it better. There we go. And then pour the vinegar on. And what do you think is going to happen? What happens when we put vinegar and baking soda? Ha-ha! There we go. We're melting our snowman. So we made our snowman to melt them. And there it goes. Now, if you have a spoon, you could do this faster. But I also have 3 heads here. So there it goes. And then, of course, he's melting. They're melting. And then here's my other snowman, who's a full snowman. He's still down there. Oh, no, he lost his nose. Aw, poor snowman. So same thing. Melting him. He's melting. See if you can see it all over. It's coming out. Uh-oh. I think there goes his eye. But then you can melt your snowman. And why? Why does that work? Well, here's the explanation. And of course, like sorry about that. I had technical difficulties there. But this is the explanation of why it does. Baking soda and vinegar react chemically because one is a base and the other is an acid. Baking soda is a basic compound called sodium bicarbonate. And vinegar is a diluted solution that contains acidic acid. That's what does it. The baking soda and the vinegar reaction is actually two separate ones. The first is the acid-base reaction. When vinegar and baking soda are first mixed together, hydrogen ions in the vinegar react with the sodium and bicarbonate ions in the baking soda. The result of this is two new chemicals, carbonic acid and sodium acetate. The second reaction is a decomposition reaction, so it's decomposing. And that it decomposes into water and carbon dioxide gas. That's the thing that makes the bubbles in soda. The carbon dioxide rises to the top of the mixture, and that creates the bubbles and foam you see when mixing baking soda and vinegar. But what we know is it's a lot of fun, isn't it? It's always, we do a lot of it like in volcanoes, and it's always fun to mix vinegar and baking soda together. And this time we melted snowmen. So you can make these snowmen at home and melt them with vinegar just like I did. And thank you for joining me. Next week, I'll have stories again about snow. So have a good day.